Next stage, a man looking for trouble. What can you see beyond the darkness?
When you look beyond the darkness, tell me, what do you see? It's your boy T-I-N-Y to the P. Yeah, he's looking for trouble here on twitch.tv with Crash or Jade or Spyro or Leon Kennedy. Is there a new game to start? Is he doing some art? Maybe knowledge of an 80s children's show to impart? Cause he's spentiferous, vigorous, rigorous. He's damn vociferous. When arting or Mario Karting, he's very carnivorous. Tiny Peter. Tiny Peter.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
With a great rate of save states debating his fate, Peter's greeted by emotes of cheaters when people donate. Give him a or a and we'll build up the hype, and I'll struggle to read half the words that you type. So are you ready to go? Come on, what will it be? Are we gaming or painting or watching dated kids TV? Grab a bite, crack a slide, dim the lights, sit tight, cause the stream's about to start and the mics sound right, boy. Tiny Peter. Tiny Peter.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Boy.
Hello everyone, welcome to the live stream. It's time for a live stream here at the Livestream Center. Welcome. It's me, Tiny Peter. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Here we go. Live stream time with your boy T-I-N-Y to the P. Hello TP.
Oh, interesting.
How are you? How was your weekend? Amazing job on the newest worst games ever. It was very hilarious and it was a great episode. Hope you are having a wonderful day.
Thank you very much, Stephen Scotus, for those bits there. It is your boy, T-I-N-Y to the P. I had a lovely weekend. Just sort of chilled out, didn't do a great deal, which was nice. And hey, I'm glad you enjoyed Worst Games Ever as well. It was a fun one, almost a weird one, some could say. You know, I think it was I'm thinking of actually Weirdest Games Ever, which I approved on the same day with the editor. What was Worst Games? Wait, don't tell me. I'm gonna have to look now. I can't remember which episode it was. Problem is, you might think, oh wow, you really care about your own content, don't you? Jeez, you don't even know what you watch. It's because we record these things a long time. Oh, it's South Park. Yeah, that's right. We record these things a long time in advance, so sometimes I actually forget which one is the next one due out on the channel because we've recorded one or two more since that one. But anyway, yeah, South Park was, it was a bit weird actually for a kart racer, or a kart style racer as it was referred to in game. It was pretty weird. Hello, welcome. Thank you for the bits to Stephen, and thank you to everyone else for saying hello and being here and spamming your emotes while we were waiting to go live. It's good to have you. Those who were really quick off the mark on Twitter today may have seen that my original plan for stream today was to play Stuntman Ignition, a PS2 classic, which I don't think I still own on hard copy. No, I don't own it anymore, so that would have been illegal, and that's the only reason why I didn't play it on stream. No, it's not. The actual reason is because of course it always looks sharper and cleaner and it's, from a hardware perspective, easier to emulate these games when you're streaming them. I know it's not necessarily the truest way to play a game, but it is. It looks nicer. You can sort of up-res stuff and get it in 16:9 sometimes, and it's the best way to play, I think, streaming-wise. So I would have streamed it, but unfortunately, it just is one of those games that simply does not work on the PS2 emulator, and that's not me struggling and giving up. That's me struggling, trying my best, then taking to the internet to find out some answers as to how I can get it running. And people saying, oh no, like, it runs like crap if you have it in this mode, but if you switch it to the other mode, it runs properly, but looks really grainy. And whichever mode you have it on, sometimes the AI doesn't behave properly, so some of the missions are completely uncompletable because they're not doing the right things. So that's interesting. So sadly, no Stuntman Ignition today. One day, if I do really want to play that on stream, I will either have to wait for a new version of the emulator, because these things do get updated over time, and sometimes that does actually improve things. Or I will have to, hope that it gets re-released on PS5 possibly. Or I'll have to play it on an actual PS2, which I do have, and I think I even have the technology to plug it into a PC, but can't guarantee it'll be beautifully crisp HD footage, so we'll see how that goes. However, we do have a game that was ready and waiting on my PS5 that I can stream today. It's a game I've been wanting to stream pretty much since I started streaming. You know, it's one of my old favorites, a game that I loved as a child, and then in 2021, I believe, and it doesn't seem like that long ago, but it was 2021, it was re-released on modern systems. It's Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. Now, of course, since then we've had Baldur's Gate 3, which was a lot of people's game of the year, a great piece of a great achievement. Hey, we're going old school today, and we're playing some Dark Alliance, and we're going to love the soundtrack. That is actually prescribed by me. I insist that you have to love the soundtrack. If you're not here to love the soundtrack, you're not welcome. Get out now. You have a few minutes left to get the flip out of my stream. If you're not going to say, wow, this music sure is great. Wow, Jeremy Soule, who also did Harry Potter and The Elder Scrolls, is really talented. Wow, I really love this music. So get all of you, get it, type it out, copy it to your clipboard, and get ready to paste. Barley, thanks for subscribing. For 60 months on a 40-month streak. Those are some nice round numbers there together. Oh yeah, resub time, 5 whole years of TTJ, and loved every second of it. Well, that's lovely, Barley. Thank you very much for your kind words. And for your 60 months subscribed to us. That's crazy. Can't believe it's been 5 years. Yes, thank you very much for that. On my way home today from the office to come home to stream, I was driving behind a car most of the way whose last three letters of their number plate was TTJ. And I was like, oh, it's the Team TripleJump wagon right there in front of me. Yes, it's wonderful. Right, well, should we play the game? I think we should play the game, shall we? Let's do it. Oh, look at you all in the chat saying how much you love the music. That's really nice. Okay, so let's switch on over to this screen here. Oh, a lovely piping hot cup of tea. It was very cold in our house when we got back today. It's definitely time to have the heating back on. Oh, we're in. Wow, isn't this music great? So we've got our subtitles on, dialogue text on, damage text on, because it's very satisfying to see those crits coming through. Hey, look, I got all these saved games from when I played it in 20. I can't believe it was 3 years ago that I played this. I refuse to believe it. That's not true. That is not true. I guess I'm just getting confused when I think they brought Dark Alliance 2 out at least a year, if not more, later. So maybe I'm just thinking of the last time I played the sequel. But I can't. It's not. I genuinely feel like I might have fallen through some sort of temporal hole because it's not been 3 years since I played this game. It hasn't. It just hasn't. So I don't know what's happened, but 3 years hasn't passed. That's a fact of life. That's a physical fact. And we're going to have to just build some other sort of narrative around that and say, well, magic or something. We're going to start a new game. and we have a choice of 3 characters. Now, I could probably play it on normal, if not on hard, but because we're streaming, might pop it on easy, I think. Right. TP, this music is great, but also very loud. I mean, it was actually possibly loud on purpose, just so we all love it. It was quite loud. Is it still loud for you? I mean, it is loud to begin with, but hang on, I can turn it down a bit if you like. I know there's no music now, but how are those sound effects? Are they all right? Hope so. So we can be the human archer, but you do actually have finite arrows in this game, and you have to collect them. Like keep stocked up with arrows all the time, which you don't have to in Dark Alliance 2. With the Elven Sorceress, who I never play as because she's a woman and I don't like women is the reason there. No, it's not that. It's because she's a sorceress or sorcerer. I don't care which, but I don't like using magic in this game that much. So my go-to is the Dwarven Fighter. Now I could, maybe I should mix it up and be someone else, but no, not going to. It's Act 1. I really like the music in this game. Sprout Stuff subscribed. Thank you very much for 68 months.
You are weary from your travels.
Oh, see, you can't hear it now, can you?
Mesmerized at the sight of Baldur's Gate. Not only a town of myth and legend, but also a place where one can find fame and fortune round every corner. It is night as you enter the city, and it seems strangely deserted.
Ooh, not that deserted.
Soon discover that the night holds danger as well. And in an instant, that danger is upon you.
Oh, God. That guard over there, not bothered at all. Oh, we've got subtitles now. That's good.
Indeed. Let's see what our little ambush has won us.
Halt! Who goes there?
It's the watch. Let's get out of here.
Yes, but take the gold. Leave the rest for the watch.
There we go.
Damnable thieves. They grow bolder with each passing day.
Remember that he said that.
Still some life in this one. Looks like all they did was make off with some
They
possessions.
grow bolder with each passing day.
Easy there. That's quite a blow you took.
Ooh.
Those thieves that attacked made off with your possessions. But at least you're alive.
They're becoming more bold with each passing day.
There you go. He's only had about 3
You'd
lines.
best
He said the
stay
same
off
thing
streets
twice.
After the sun sets. It's not safe out here.
Okay.
You could seek shelter in the Elf Song Tavern. It's close enough.
Yeah, it's right there.
Aye, more than enough cutthroats there. Could be one of them would even know how to find those that attacked you.
They didn't do much, did they, those watchmen?
Drawn by a haunting voice, you come to the Elf Song Tavern.
Spelling error in the
It
subtitles.
is a small place,
See that?
filled with a motley assortment of patrons and grisly trophies. There, the haunting voice is all around you, and the patrons are silent as the song washes over them.
Yeah, watchmen.
One by one,
They just watch.
they all seemed lost in its call.
God, this takes me back to...
Beautiful song, isn't
God,
it?
how old was I?
I've
I
heard
don't
her sing
know.
100 times, and each time it still moves me.
When did this game come out? Like 2001 or something? Dark Alliance 1 release date. Yeah, 2001, Christmas 01. This is the game that I've talked about where I played it at Peter's gamer uncle's house, and I really wanted a copy for Christmas. And when my parents were out of the house, I went rooting around where I knew they'd hidden some presents, found a copy of this, and actually played it for like an hour and a half. And then eventually, when I thought, oh, I'll be back soon, I put it back in the hiding place. Although, was it not wrapped in cellophane? I guess it wasn't. I don't know. I don't think all games were wrapped in cellophane back then, even brand new ones. Maybe they were, but maybe they weren't. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's a beautiful song. Where's the voice coming from?
It's the spirit of an elven woman. She haunts this tavern, singing once every couple of nights.
Right. Yeah, everyone. See, I can quite proudly and honestly and hook me up to a lie detector and say that I never really noticed her extremely low cut and full blouse when I was younger. Even through my teenage years and into adulthood, I just know Aelith is a friend. You know, her eyes are up there, and I'm always looking at them. But it is a bit of a meme where people say, "Oh yeah, Aelith with her wonderful personalities. She's a very popular bartender. Everyone comes to the Elfsong Tavern for 2 lovely jugs of beer, or more if they can take their alcohol." Anyway, why does she sing?
No one truly knows. Her spirit was here when I first bought this tavern. Some say she sings for a lost love, a soldier who died defending Baldur's Gate. They say she sings in the hope he will hear her voice and return home. Still, that's nothing but hearsay and tales. Welcome to the Elfsong Tavern. What can I get you?
I was hoping you could help me. I was robbed on the streets by a band of thieves, and I'm looking to find them.
Sounds like members of that new thieves guild I've been hearing about.
You guys here okay?
You're lucky to be alive. Word is they're responsible for the murder of 2 city watchmen and the disappearance of several thieves from the old guild.
Yeah, I play for the plot. That's right. So the new guild's at war with the old guild?
Yes. Look, I wouldn't cross blades with those thugs if I were you. Just stay clear of them unless you want to end up dead in an alley.
God, there's some real jiggle physics as well, isn't there? Which, again, can't say I ever really noticed. I don't have much choice. They stole every last coin I had. If you know I can find them, tell me.
Well, no one knows where their guild hall is. Still, if you're determined to find them, try the sewers.
It's interesting that all these dudes are American, but they're all British in Baldur's Gate 3. Hey, good point. Yeah. Why the sewers?
I'll wager they've been using them to move around Baldur's Gate. It's probably what's been driving all those sewer rats up to the surface.
Alright, how do I get into the sewers?
Well, there's a gate to the sewers in the cellar of this tavern. I locked it up a long time ago, before the Guild War began.
Could I use the gate?
Well, there's a problem with that. Actually, maybe we can help each other out.
Classic fantasy questing. We've wandered into a tavern, and guess what? Some giant rats to kill.
Well, we've had to lock up the cellar because of the horde of rats that suddenly showed up down there. Clear them out for me, and I'll give you the key to the sewer gate. And a little gold to help you get back on your feet.
Oops.
What do you say?
It's a deal.
The door to the cellar's locked, so you'll need to get the key from Ethon over in the corner there.
Who's Ethon?
Ethon's one of our regulars. He usually fetches wine from the cellar for me, but he hasn't been able to go down there since the rats appeared.
When did they start appearing?
Only this past week. If those thieves are using the sewers to move around Baldur's Gate, they may have driven the rats out.
Cool. I'll go get the key from Ethon and see about taking care of those rats then.
Luck be with you. And watch those rats. Some of them can be vicious when backed in a corner.
Okay. Ethon over in the corner there. You mean standing right at the bar next to me. Right, let me quickly just say thank you to the patient people in the chat here who've been waiting for their alerts to be read, which is Steven Skodes gifting a sub to Chappers76, taking Steven up to 1271 gift subs to the channel. Thank you very much indeed, Steven. And Sprout Stuff as well, subscribe for 68 months. That is 1 month away from the very nice weed number. Right, here I am. I am, is he called Cromlech? Or is that the, yeah, Cromlech, the level 1 Dwarven Fighter. And we're going to speak to Ethon.
Welcome, friend.
Oops.
I saw you come in. Nasty bump on the head you've got there. Something I can do for you?
Aelith, the bar. Let me turn my phone on. Do not disturb. Vibrating away like that. Apologies. Aelith, the bartender, said you had the key to the cellar.
I do. We locked the door to the cellar once the rats started swarming around down there. Did you need it for something?
Mm-hmm. Aelith asked me to take care of the tavern rat problem. I need to get into the cellar. Need to get the sewer gate in the cellar, but need your key first. None of your business. Give me the key, old man. No, I'll be honest. I'll say, you know, I'm not just in it to get to the sewer gate. I'm gonna, you know, a deal's a deal. I'm an adventurer.
Are you sure it was the rat problem? Or are you thinking of hunting down those thieves that attacked you?
What do you know about that?
I overheard your conversation with Aelith. Look, friend, you've met them once and escaped with your life. Don't test your luck twice.
The Mike Wazowski head above the fireplace. Yeah, it is kind of distracting, isn't it? It's a beholder. We can ask about it in a minute. I have to find them. They stole every last coin from me, and I aim to get what they stole back.
Well, if the thieves won't keep you from going down there, maybe the rats will.
Rats don't concern me, just no. What about the rats?
The smallest ones the length of my arm. Huge rats, and they're swarming all over the place down there. Vicious little monsters. Each one could kill a man. Easy.
Especially me, because I'm a little shorter than the rest. I'm still heading down. Well, I'll be extra careful then.
All right, then. I won't say I didn't warn you. Here's the key to the cellar door. Don't be too long, or else I'll have to come down and get you. Oh, and before you go, take this dagger. It's not much, but it might do you some good.
I'll be careful. Thanks for the key. And the dagger. I got a rusty dagger and a cellar door key. So, there we go. We've got our rusty dagger. This is a beholder. Can I examine it? Probably not. We saw it in the opening cutscene, though. You can move the camera left and right, but you can't bring it in or out. In Dark Alliance 2, you can zoom in by just a sort of a notch. It just either goes close or far, like that. Yeah, there you go. So, hey, this man's fun, Lortimer. He either says snore, or if you speak to him again, he says, it'll be worth it. It's a really funny, an objectively funny word.
Monkeys.
Monkeys. Oh, God. Lortimer is pretty relatable. You're right. He is. And over here we've got Bartley, the shopkeeper. The most mercantile guy I've ever met in a video game.
Welcome, friend. If you're looking for a good blade or a sturdy shirt of chainmail, you've come to the right place. Our stock may be a bit low at the moment with the recent demand for weapons and armor, but a new shipment should be coming in soon.
What's caused this demand?
Well, I don't know the cause, friend, but the word is there's been some trouble between the thieves' guilds of late. No matter to me if the two groups kill each other. Never had much use for thieves myself. Now, what can I do for you?
Let me see what you have. So this is a shop.
Deals. What are you looking for?
It sells all sorts, all these weapons. A bastard sword. That sword was born out of wedlock. Loads of armor, pieces, and this is just the first shopkeeper. This is Act 1, but as we move on to... Oh, why are they full-sized potions? I thought they were meant to be small ones.
We have everything you need right
but when we move on to Act 2 and 3, which we may or may not do on stream, I don't know, it depends whether we want to see more of this as we go, but we meet higher level merchants who sell even higher level stuff. In fact, let's also speak to this man before we go down, and then we will start the quest. Yes.
What do you want? I got no coin to spare, so don't think your begging will make me part with a single copper.
I'm not a beggar. I'm not interested in your coins. I just wanted to know if you knew anything about the thieves here in Baldur's Gate.
Oh, there's always been thieves in Baldur's Gate. This latest batch may be a bit more bloodthirsty than most, but they haven't crossed me yet. Still, I'd rather be able to part with my coins at the bar than keep them in my purse.
Why can't you spend your gold at the bar?
The bartender, Aelith, cut me off 2 nights ago. I keep coming back, hoping she'll change her mind, but she hasn't come around yet. And with the cellars locked, I can't slip down below to get a spare bottle to tide me over. But maybe you could.
Well, so you were in the habit of just sneaking into the cellar and nicking Aelith's wine? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. If you could find some way to get that cellar door key from old Ethon, then head down to the cellars to get me a bottle, I'd make it worth your while.
Alright, I got the key from Ethon. I'll see what I can do. So we're going to enable this alcoholic by stealing from Aelith, who has already, tried to help us. We'll just ask her about the thing over the fireplace, and then we'll...
Have you taken care of those rats yet? Well, I'd prefer...
Is it Ethon who tells about the thing on the fireplace?
Take care of those rats yet?
Well, that... No. Okay, well, whatever. Let's head down. Down to the cellar. Duo Goliath subbed for 54 months on a 54-month streak right now. Thank you very much indeed. So, it's classic fantasy RPG fare. We have got giant rats in a cellar or the sewers. You know, you have to go to the sewers, you have to fight rats in these games. There's a thieves guild, and, you know, there's a beholder over the fireplace, which is also very D&D. Because Forgotten Realms, for those who don't know, is part of the D&D larger sort of content. It's a separate... there are several different universes or sort of continuities or worlds. I don't know exactly kind of what the terminology is, but Baldur's Gate is part of the Forgotten Realms sort of campaign set, and this is set in the Forgotten Realms, which of course you'll all know if you're familiar with Baldur's Gate 3, the success of last year. Now, considering this game came out on the PlayStation 2 and I think the Xbox in 2001, for its time, I don't think there have ever been better water graphics. Oh, God. Oh, it's still just glorious. Look at these ripple reactions, the way they reflect and bounce off each other and add together and subtract, the interference patterns, the wake you can leave, the shine. Oh, it's gorgeous. Chopping rats in half here, lovely. These rats are massive. So yeah, the soundtrack in this game is very much of an era of Jeremy Soule music, where he was using the same sort of instrumentation on, you know, if you've played Dungeon Siege, for example, that's also very similar. And then yeah, your sort of Oblivion dungeon music, from, you know, when you go in caves and things, and the Harry Potter exploring Hogwarts music. It's all very similar. Oh God, just slicing them in half. It's horrid. They're sort of twitching away as well. Of course, this is the re-released version, so it has been remastered. The game didn't look quite as sharp as this back in the day. It has been improved upon somewhat, but so satisfying to play. It's a hack and slash, as you can see. You know, I'm mostly just running around, swinging my weapon at enemies, but you know, I will get the opportunity to level up, unlock certain abilities, you know, magic spells and things like that. The dwarf doesn't have that many abilities. He's got whirlwind attack, Clangadin's fist, and Bull Rush is quite useful. Whereas, you know, I think the other two characters have far more going on in terms of spells and abilities they can unlock. But, you know, I get various weapons that can be imbued with elemental damage as well, so fire and ice and poison and things like that. But it's just very nice to hunt for treasure. And eventually you will... The best thing about this game is there's no need to worry... perfect timing. There's no need to worry about being over-encumbered, because there are these things, recall potions. They're very useful. They'll teleport you back to the hub of any act, and you can use them again to then return to the location you recalled from. So, when I eventually fill up my inventory, because I've picked up every single rusty dagger and, you know, leather helmet that I've come across, and I'm getting all this gold as well, and all these arrows that I'm not going to need, all I do is go down to recall. And also, just if you want to hand quests in as well, it's very useful for that. it will instantly teleport you magically back to the tavern. Oh, there's these little tiny rats in certain areas, and if you stand on them, they get squished, which is a lovely detail. It'll teleport you right back to the Elf Song Tavern. You can go and wander over to Bartley, the shopkeeper, sell all your gubbins, hit recall again, and it will send you right back to where you recalled from in the first place. So you never ever, although you do have a capacity, so you get over encumbered in that sense. All that happens is you reach a point where you're trying to pick something up, and he'll say, I have no room for that. And then you just go, okay, let's recall then. And then you head back and sell it. I can flip and sell it. Oh, God, these half rats everywhere. Look at those physics is a sentence. Oh, yeah. TP's reaction to the water is probably what other teenagers' reactions to the barmaid were. Yeah, I did jump into the water and go, oh, lovely. Take that, ratties. God, there's a lot of stuff to smash here. I seem to recall there not being as many barrels and pots in later areas, but hey, we'll not grumble because we're getting all this coin. I don't know why Aelith's keeping so many gold coins down here in barrels, but sure. Oh, in fact, hang on. Let me turn on my... oh no, I just used a potion. How do I... Oh, there we go. I think we're good for now, but you can enable your map like that, and that will actually show you if there are... Because somewhere down here there's a secret panel in the wall. Return to the tavern to receive a reward from Aelith, as well as a key to the sewers. If you found a recall potion, use it now by selecting recall in the pause menu. A wooden shield. Let's stick that on. You can take all your clothes off if you like. Just wander around in your pants, but no. Let's be respectful. We've got a rusty short sword as well, which has a bit more range to it. But yeah, there is a secret room down here somewhere. Can't save any time in this game. You have to save at these little book stands. So we can go through that door to go further into the cellar and past the sewer gate to go and find the thieves who attacked us. But for now, we're going to recall. Oh, like that. It's lovely. Oh, Ethon's not here.
You're back. Did you see Ethon down there?
In the cellar? No, I didn't see him.
He followed you down there not long ago, and I fear he may have gotten lost in the cellar. Or worse, he may have wandered into the sewers. I tried to stop him.
Don't worry, Aelith. I've taken care of all the rats, so he probably just got lost. I'll find him.
Thank you. But before you go, please take these coins.
Oh, goodness me.
All you've done so far.
She's keeping them
and,
safe.
As promised, here's the key to the sewer gate. Be careful down there. There are bound to be worse things than sewer rats in those tunnels.
I'll be careful, thanks, Aelith. It was a big cellar, wasn't it? You know, considering the size of the tavern. It was a massive cellar. Can I ask her now about the beholder? Or is it Ethon? You can ask someone
You're
about
back.
it. No. Okay. Spoilers, Ethon does come back safely, eventually. Right. So, I've leveled up. So that's my armor bonus. That's basically your maximum HP. Accuracy of ranged attacks, which I don't need. That basically just gives you a laser sight when you aim with a bow and arrow. Because without that, you're just shooting and hoping for the best. But if you hold like L1 or something, it does a little line so you can see where you're aiming. Oh no, that's the one, targeting. So that must just improve your accuracy, as it says. Willpower is mana regeneration rate. One of these. Okay, we might want to put I think improved critical for now is a good one to have. Right, and now the very satisfying bit of the gaming cycle.
To split someone's skull,
sell all this.
Whoops,
no. Thank God it asks you if you've got something equipped. Right, don't need any of that. Sell the ruby.
If quality and price are
sell all
your
that
chief
for now because I
concerns,
don't have
then
any
look no
magic
further.
abilities.
You'll find my shop has excellent weapons at reasonable prices.
I got 323. So, I mean that.
We have many
club.
fine deals. What are you looking for?
Sell this. Yeah, okay. Buy the club for now. 3 to 5 or 1 to 6. Yeah, let's have a consistent 3 to 5. That'll be good. There we go. Whack someone with a club. So now we just recall again. We're back down to where we were. I recently played Fable 2 on 360 and there's an option for your character to play in their pants. The kids in the world react as if you are ugly as a result. Well, yeah, it's ugly behavior to walk around in your pants, that's for sure. Right. Oh! It's kobold time, everyone. Is Pumuckle a kobold? I think that's right, isn't he? So we now have all these little kobolds. Because we're essentially in the... Well, we're making our way towards the sewer anyway. This is still technically the... Oh, a helmet. Lovely. You look beautiful. He is. He's a kobold. Okay. Good music, isn't it? Very satisfying to smash all this stuff up. Get explosives in a minute as well, explosive barrels. So, look at this. This looks important.
This looks important.
We found a fine bottle of wine. Ooh, a rusty longsword. How does that stack up? 1 to 4. Useless. Don't want that. Let's enjoy this water for a moment. Oh, yes. Very nice. I love the wake that you leave behind you. It's so nice. Even by today's standards, if a game came out with water that behaved like this, you'd be like, yep, that is at the very least acceptable, if not quite nice. This came out in 2001. I'm raising my voice, I'm so impressed. Right. This, I think this game was quite influential on me in terms of the kind of fantasy aesthetic I was into as a young'un, and still am. I recently listened to an audiobook of a series that that's satisfying, isn't it? That I really liked as a kid. I listened to the first one of the series. I don't know if I'll listen to the rest, but the Deptford Mice by Robin Jarvis, I think, which is set in kind of underground cellars beneath London, and it's these anthropomorphic mice and a sort of demonic entity and some evil rats and stuff, and there's a little bit of magic in it, but like not too much, and it's just very kind of I don't know. I think subterranean just generally is an aesthetic I'm quite into, and I think this whole first act of Dark Alliance is kind of partly what got me so kind of attached to that whole idea. I'm less keen on wandering through forests and stuff in fantasy video games. Of course, I still like a good fantasy forest. I love the wilderness of Oblivion, for example. But if you can put me down in a sewer with rats and little goblin-y characters like this, and that kind of thing, and a bit of Jeremy Soule music playing in the background, perhaps, then I'm a happy man. We are now in a Munich basement. Well, yeah, I mean, we've been walking that long. Arachnophobia alert, everyone, just in case you're... I should have kept the little explosive barrel going. I could have blown them up. Horrid. Look at the yellow blood. Ugh. TP is an actual fantasy dwarf. Hashtag TripleJump rumors. That's no rumor. Shave my beard off, but I am otherwise a dwarf. Okay, yeah, so we perhaps didn't need the map enabled to spot this secret room, but it certainly helps. Grab all the stuff, and then if I just walk up here and press the action button. Oh, yes. Very nice. Oh, some rubies, a bow. And I think we've reached the end of this area, so we can now descend. So we're still technically in the cellars of the Elf Song Tavern, and I don't know, feels like the rest of Baldur's Gate as well, all of their cellars combined. And we're about to head down into the sewers, where there are far more kobolds and worse. We've got some slime cubes, some classic D&D slime cubes. What I will do, I'll hope there's a... Oh, here we go.
What's this you've caught? A sewer rat?
Uh-oh.
Don't hurt him. Lord Xantum will wish to speak to him, and he'll need to be in the best of health.
Lord Xantum? Who's that?
Ah, excellent. I was expecting you. Did you receive the package from Lord Xantum?
I did, and I have it with me.
And you know where it is bound?
He told me to take it to the crypts and place it within the Chamber of Ashes there.
Excellent. The entrance you seek lies on the level below past the sewer grates. Let no one see you enter the temple, and do exactly as you have been instructed. Now be on your way.
Oh, big turning circle on that
the
map.
Prisoner later. Guard him well.
So, Ethon's been caught by a bugbear. Right, so I'm going to hope that there's a save point somewhere at the start of this area, because if I die and I haven't saved the game, that's it. Back to the front menu. Okay, we've got rats. I think I'll be okay for now. You get little rats in cages in this game occasionally, and you can't really do anything with them. I don't know. I think even if you've got like a flame ability, you know, you could like throw fire through there and toast them, but no. Right, there's a save point in there, so as long as I can survive these rats, then it will be golden. Right. So I can, let's just quickly grab this stuff first. Oh. You can quick heal if you have potions in your inventory, which I do. You just hit R2, and it's just a hotkey. Look at all my saves. Thieves Guild level 3, Ice Caves. These are where I've saved at various points of no return. So through the 3 acts, you know, you can visit any area within one of the acts. Go back and revisit. So I could go hang out in the cellar of the Elf Song Tavern if I wanted to for the time being. But eventually, you leave. Not just the act, but geographically you head to somewhere completely different. Spoilers. So once we get to the end of Act 1, for example, we leave Baldur's Gate as a city entirely and end up in the Sunset Mountains. So I've made little save states there, I guess, for in case I wanted to explore certain areas again for some reason. Oh, that's going to take an R2 to keep myself healed up. See? I have got my shield. There we go. I like how they're little, you know, sometimes little gizzards come out of these characters when you kill them. Even with a blunt club, oops, their organs are coming out, which is nice. So for now, let's get through that door. Oh, they're having a nice roast rat there. Oops, standing on the fire. Tasty. Right, so push lever. That slides that open. A rat in a cage must be in a rage. Yeah, despite all its rage, it is still just that. You actually get mimics in this game, but much later on. So we can safely open every single chest. Ooh. In fact, I think they're only... I might be thinking of the second game. It's made in the same engine as this, so it's easy to get them confused. Yeah, I think it's the second game that has the mimics. Right, we've got rats, we've got water traps. Okay. Anyone else played this? Either back in the day or more recently when it was re-released? Let's head the water way. Because we like the water anyway, don't we? We like the water and the music. So these oh no, that guy got killed by the... Is it gonna stop? Turn off. I want that coin. How bad is it? Oh, it's quite bad, but okay, we're good. Right. Yeah. Anyone else play this back in the day? Right. Let's check my inventory because I might now have. I'm on 3 to 5 damage, 1 to 6, and it's keen with a little red star. Not quite sure what that means. Oh, and I've got some boots, haven't I? Yeah, worn leather boots. And a worn leather helmet, which has an armor rating of 1. In fact, the helmet I was wearing has an armor factor of 0, so it's purely aesthetic. Aesthetic reasons. Original PS2, says Chappers, you played it. Cool. And did you enjoy it? I guess just because you played it doesn't necessarily mean that you had a good time, but man, this really is actually one of those games that I think for me is one of the most nostalgic games in my entire gaming history, which you know, in a way it's kind of surprising I've not played it sooner, but I think for a while I kind of wondered whether it was stream friendly as a game, because you know these hack and slash games aren't always spectator sport. You know, it's not always necessarily what you want to see. But on the other hand, I have been playing stuff recently where I've not necessarily been able to. Oh no, the coins! Oh, I've got them. You know, I haven't necessarily been able to keep up with chat, or you know, it's been something that I've been not so familiar with, so I've been playing it blind, whereas this, you know, especially set on easy mode, not likely to struggle, although I think things are about to get slightly trickier. I think we'll meet our first bugbear here. Oh, God. Really gave me a hard time. We've got a bugbear coming up. A big bugbear. Yeah, there's one there. Very top of the screen. Let's kill all of his little cronies first, because he's... Oh. Okay. Okay, got him. That is not the one from the cutscene. The one from the cutscene was the Bugbear Chieftain, so that's gonna be tricky. But hey, listen to this music. It's good, isn't it? Oh my lord! I forgot about this. Right, hang on. Let's backtrack for a minute. See if we missed any enemies back here. When I was going through the abilities earlier, I mentioned Bull Rush being one. Definitely worth having in this game because, I mean, it's made so that you do a little dash and you bash into enemies and you deal damage. But actually, it's very handy just to have for sprinting, basically. basically. Just allows you to move quickly. There aren't many dynamic objects in this game, but there are a few, and this part of the level is built for a bit of... Ooh, a glowy club. Yeah, you can sort of take cover here, because otherwise it could all go very pear-shaped very quickly. You might wonder why I'm even bothering with all these guys when I've already got past them in the room on the left, but it's because they've got all these levers behind them. There aren't a lot of sequences in the game like this where you have to sort of shove a thing along as you go. In fact, I can't think of a single other moment, but I think that it's just put in place to demonstrate to you that, hey, there are movable environmental objects in this game, and sometimes it might come in handy, eh? Why not give it a go? There we go. Jeez. Right, so let's pull these levers. I think Ethon is actually quite close by. This game does actually get tricky when the cubes arrive, and again, I might have timed that right. I think this is potentially somewhere around here is where gelatinous cubes appear. So I've got some leather gloves. Sell my clothes when I get back to the top. A padded helmet that's glowing a little bit. Armor factor of 2. A wooden shield 2. What was my other one? Is it shoddy? Worn. Yeah. Ghost of Mozart official subscribed by Prime for 3 months on a 1-month streak. Thank you very much, Ghost of Mozart, not Mozart. That's an entirely different thing. Thank you for subscribing. A spiked club of disruption. It does exactly 3 damage, but is worth 200 gold. Disruption is useful. It's a magical trait. Certainly in this game, I'm not sure exactly what it means in the wider D&D sphere, but in this game, if you crit with a disruption-based weapon, you will instantly disintegrate an undead enemy. So we will eventually be encountering zombies and skeletons. And yeah, they'll sort of disappear in a puff of smoke. Well, not a puff of smoke, a linear of light. Okay, I think we got more bugbears coming. Yeah. Oh, this one's naked. Okay. Look, they've got little tents down here and everything. I love that. I love the underground sewer community that we're hanging out in here. It's nice. A moat shard probably happened back in medieval times. It must have done, actually. Someone must, at some point in history, have done a moat shard. About as big as me, these kobolds. Being a little dwarven fighter. Exactly 1 TP tall. How are we doing for 139 weight out of 180? So we'll probably make it pretty much to the end of this sequence before we have to recall and sell all of our gubbins. But I kind of just want to, you know. I'm quite excited to go and sell all my stuff. Literally went out of my way just to kill that one guy, and he had a wife and child at home. His wife and his son, Pumuckle, was waiting back home at Meister Ada's toy shop or whatever it was, woodworking place. Right, it can get a bit hairy in here actually, because you've got lots of ranged kobolds. away from you, and you can't really see what's going on in the water. There's ones on the island in the middle, so keep an eye on your health. Okay, let's go to the island. Ooh. Keeping a very close eye on my health, hitting R2 to use health potions. And of course, if I do have a bow, don't I? I think, yeah. If I equip a bow and arrows, can I don't have that accuracy ability or targeting or whatever it's called, which does give you a line to aim with, but you know, that's how bow and arrows work in this game. You just equip them, point and shoot. Sort of hope for the best. Yeah, not for me. I prefer getting up close and personal. Right, now it's quite hard to see what bits and or bobs I may have dropped. Not picked up yet. So I'm running over all the bodies, mashing the pick up button. Right. Equip these. One leather gloves, 1, 2. Okay, that's fine. Loads of gubbins that I don't need, which is good. And flip and sell it. Right, I'm going to save the game. Sewers level 1. Right, so that is. Okay, is this the way we actually need to go? Because I don't want to go the way I need to go. Oh no, I've unequipped my sword or something. No, it was equipped, but you have to you can cycle between one ranged and one melee weapon at any given time by pressing left and right on the D-pad. Okay, that is the final boss of this area. Little sub-boss. It's the Bugbear Chieftain through there, so we will quickly explore this side chute, which is through all of these movable crates. Yeah, now... Oh, this is a fun little bit of environmental storytelling, actually. You get here and you're like, why are there some dead kobolds? What's been going on here? What's been killing the kobolds in this part of the sewer? What do you think it is? Have a guess. Can only be so many things. Again, there's a few cliches in this game, but I don't care. It's the Rat Queen. Oh, there we go. Enormous. And loads of money as well, so that's our reward for a little sub boss. And now we're gonna. Yeah, it could have been a spider actually, chappers. That's a good guess. I think there is a giant spider at some point later in the game, but yeah. Right, so time to fight the Bugbear Chieftain, and I might just quickly save it again actually, because he might just wallop me so hard that I die instantly, which I don't want. The tricky thing is that he's got an entourage, you know. And his little kobold buddies can make things difficult for you, even if you can deal with him on your own. Here they are. Kill the intruders, plural. This game is you can play two-player co-op. It's sort of a shared screen thing, so there would just be another character running around on the screen with me, and you can do some interesting things. You can if you go and change players, there's no controller actually, but if I press triangle import, I can just import my character from, like, this is a save I made, Hall of Remembrance, just before the final boss fight, where I'm like wearing full plate armor. I've got the Onyx sword, which is the strongest weapon in the game. You know, so you can do some interesting things by like importing characters and Yeah, kind of weird stuff. So your friend could bring their memory card around, I think, potentially, and you can import their character. You can't have two of the same character in one game is the only thing, but... Right, that's all the little boys dead. Oh. It's not Dark Souls, I know, but hey, found a prison cell key on the bugbear. We got him. Yeah. No, there's no dodging. You just hold
stuff already.
Oh, there we go.
No room. I'm carrying a mule's weight already. Got too much stuff already.
Got too much stuff already. So we're gonna. Oh, this is kind of a waste of time, actually. Well, it's. No, what we'll do is. Have we got like a billion recall potions? Oh yeah, we got 8 on. What we'll do with it. I was gonna say I'm gonna recall, sell all the stuff that I've got, then recall back down again, and then end the current quest, and then recall back here to hand the quest in. But that's fine. Sell all that. Sell all these because I've got no mana using abilities right now. Sell my clothes that I don't need. Worn wooden shield. All this stuff that's only got an armor rating of 0 or 1. Yeah, wooden shield, wooden shield.
If you need
0,
something
1,
to split someone's skull, or a helm to protect your own,
don't need my arrows.
you come to the right place.
1 to 6 is my short sword. Okay, I might. No, it would be nice to have a disruption weapon, but by the time I get to the bit where we're fighting undead characters, doing 3 damage is not going to be good enough, even if it is disrupting and disintegrating.
Oh, friend.
Oh.
I think the smell of the sewers has taken a liking to you.
Oh no, he thinks I smell.
We have many fine deals. What are you looking
So this rusty battle axe
Our shop carries the finest
actually does
weapons.
more than
Brought
my
here all the way
sword
from the
does.
sunset.
It's a 2-handed weapon, and the dwarf can use 2-handed weapons. The sorceress can't, and I think the human archer can or can learn to potentially. I'm not quite sure how it works.
If quality and price are your chief concerns, then look no
those as
farther.
well. We've got
You'll find
2,000
my
gold
shop
now.
has excellent weapons at reasonable prices.
So what are we using? A 1 to 6 keen short sword.
Oh, friend. I think the smell of the sewers has taken a liking to you.
Oh, we're not far away from getting the flaming longsword, which I do like.
What are you looking
That's a regular short sword plus 2, which I think is just it does 2 more hit points than the equivalent short sword. Battle axe 4 to 12, but the problem with the 2-handed weapons is you don't then have a shield in your hand, you know. So I'm going to buy the short sword. I'm going to sell this short sword and that, and I'm going to buy also maybe a nice iron shield. So obviously with a shield you can block, and it seems to me that if you block, you basically just block any attack, full stop, other than maybe the odd light magic thing. But you know, no matter how strong an enemy is that's striking your shield, I think you just block everything, no matter what you do. But I think the fact that it's got an armor rating, I think like even just having it equipped adds 4 armor to any hit that you take, even if someone whacks you when you're not blocking. That's my understanding anyway, but maybe for now we'll just buy some armor rather than a fresh shield. So I will sell that.
We have many
and I'm probably all naked now. Yeah, I am. Not going to hand my quest in like this.
This isn't the place for that.
Oh, I'm trying to jump, and he's saying this isn't the place for that.
This isn't the place for that.
Right. Put the leather armor on. Eventually we'll have a nice matching set, but for now we just make do with what we've got. Get my glowy short sword. I'm now going to instantly... Oh, we can do this, can't we?
Managed to find me a bottle of Aelith's best yet?
Will this bottle do?
Hi, it'll do me well enough. Thank you, friend. Here, have a bottle from me. No idea what the thing does, but it smells awful and it doesn't seem to have the kick I was looking for.
Thanks. Farewell. So we've got some XP and an extra healing potion, which is massive. Look at that. It's huge. And probably far larger than... I think that would just fill our health bar several times over at the moment. So I might just sell it or, I don't know, use it in an emergency. Right, so let's grab all the stuff that we couldn't get. A lot of the bodies in this game just stay where they are forever, which is a nice touch as well. Some of the sort of detail goes, so the pools of blood that were here, but yeah. Oh, and these weapon racks. Every weapon rack you find has one item on it, which is nice. These all seem to have arrows on them, but it's not always the case. You find swords and daggers and stuff. They've all got flipping arrows, though. And you may have seen there was a spiral staircase leading upwards. That is it's a shortcut. So maybe it is like Dark Souls, actually. What's this? Short sword. So you can head back to the surface if you perhaps at this point didn't have a recall potion because you've sold them all or not been picking them up as you've gone. And you're like, oh, flipping heck, you've got to walk all the way back through the entire level to get back and hand in, I've got to turn around and go this way now to go and hand my quest in. No. You can walk up those stairs. Takes you to the streets of Baldur's Gate. In fact, there was not really much point in me doing the recall then, was there? What I'll do is, when we've spoken to Ethon, we'll leave that way. So, Ethon's over here in his little cage. I'm going to release him. Hello.
Thank the gods you're here. Any longer and I'd be sitting in some kobold's belly.
Kobold's belly. I feel like Bartley is being quite performative with his comments on your stink. Yeah, he just keeps saying it. Oh, friend. Yeah. Aelith told me you followed me down into the cellars, Ethon. I'm glad I found you.
Well, after I gave you the cellar door key, I felt guilty about letting you head down here without help. So I followed you down. No sooner do I get down here than I'm surrounded by those yapping kobold devils, and they haul me to this cell and lock me in.
But the door to the sewers was locked. How did you get down here?
There's an entrance to the sewers from the street, and I used that. I knew about it from my days when I was in the guild. The old guild, not the new one.
You're a thief? Oh, there was another entrance, so I didn't need to go through the cellars at all?
No. But I was hoping that maybe the rats would discourage you from chasing those thieves. I was worried the thieves would kill you.
You said before you used to be in the Thieves Guild, so you're a thief?
Retired. That life's behind me. Still, I've kept a bit of what I've learned, and it might help you now.
What do you mean?
I managed to pick this key off the chieftain you killed. I think it unlocks a gate deeper in the sewers. If you're still aiming to catch those thieves that robbed you, then you'll need it. While I was locked up here, I overheard some of the thieves from this new guild planning a mission. And that's what I heard. I don't know what that thief was carrying, but it can't have been good. If you want to stop whatever deviltry they've got planned, then you'll need to head deeper into the sewers and find that thief.
That weird sort of... I heard about the thieves planning a new guild planning a mission, full stop. And that's what I heard, is the implication is that he's now told you everything that happened in that cutscene. But they've just sort of... I don't know, it's not written very well. Or it's confusing. I remember as a kid I used to think, why has he just said, I overheard the thieves planning a mission, and that's what I heard. But yeah, he's saying, oh yeah, this bloke turned up and was told to take something in a package to the Chamber of Ashes in the crypts. That's what he heard. So, I'll find him, give me the key, and I'll head deeper into the sewers.
Happy 420 BBBB Blaze it, my dudes, Lord 16 Dab. Here are some tiny jokes for our dwarf friend. Since we are such a small fighter, why can't the 7 dwarfs get into a bar? Because they don't serve minors. Ha ha ha. What do you call a punctual dwarf who lives in the city? Metrognome. Hi-e. Which dwarf was the best in martial arts? Gimli. Ho ho ho. What do you call Hispanic gnomes? Numbers. Ha-oo-oo. What do you call a psychic dwarf that's on the run? A small medium at large.
Numbers.
Hi-hoo.
Nombres. It's 420, everyone. Blaze it. It's the sex number. Thank you very much, Lorotovich, for blazing it there.
Yeah. B Baldur's
Baldurs.
Gate Mice Dwarf Stinky Tiny P plays Baldur's Gate Blaze it.
Thank you for blazing it there, Steven Skodes and Lorotovich. Thank you for the bits. It's the sex number. Dwarf. Yeah, she does say dwarf, strangely. So, yes, I'll meet up with the Elfsong Tavern. Come find me when you found the thief and what he was carrying. I'll try to dig up some of my old contacts and see if they can tell me anything about the thieves that could help you out. Alright, farewell, Ethan. Off he goes. I look ridiculous. I don't like my current outfit. Cool, so that is this area completely cleared out. Oh, hang on. Grab all the stuff. And, so we can now, if we wanted to, we could head straight down here, through this door, and into level 2 of the sewers. But we're going to head up here. It's raining in Baldur's Gate. So if I head through the streets, I can find the Elfsong Tavern. There are some other buildings as well, like here, this is a church, temple thing. And eventually that, you know, some of these other buildings turn into exits from other areas that we're going to access later on. Where is the Elfsong Tavern? I'm a bit turned around. Don't know where I'm going. Oh, that's the entrance to the city. I came in here, didn't I? And I walked around this corner. Got whacked on the head. Is this the tavern? Yeah. So, I think Aelith will give me some more reward now for helping Ethan.
Thank you for finding Ethan. He told me what happened down in the sewers.
You're welcome, Aelith.
Here's some coins for your trouble. And please, you're welcome to rest here anytime, no charge.
Brilliant. Thank you. I appreciate the hospitality. Some coins, some experience. We've leveled up. Will he give us anything extra?
Thanks for the rescue down in the sewers, friend. I feel like a right fool for not heeding my own advice and staying clear of that place. Here are a few coins as a way of thanks. An old trinket of mine from my younger days. It's not much, but it may be of use to you.
Thanks, Ethan.
Did you find that thief who was running around in the sewers?
Not yet. I'm still looking. I'll return when I found it. 100 gold coins, amulet of dexterity, and 200 experience. So we've handed his thing in, haven't we? Yeah.
Thanks for your help, friend. Let's just keep it between us, all right?
Yeah, just stand there drinking it right next to Aelith. It's fine. Can anyone tell me now about the thing over the fireplace?
Welcome back, friend. And thanks again for that rescue down in the sewers. Did you find that thief who was running around down there?
Welcome back. Something I can get for you?
What's that thing above the fireplace?
That's a stuffed beholder. A small version of the species, I'm told. Not that I've seen many of them. One of my regulars, Ethan, found it in the cellar.
Yeah, we know who Ethan is. I think we were meant to ask her this question right at the start. What's a beholder?
They're also called eye tyrants, if that name's any more familiar to you. Beholders are beasts that float above the ground and can cast terrible spells from their eyes. Evil things. I wouldn't want to meet one, and neither would you.
I see. Farewell, Aelith. So, yeah, you can ask him about...
Welcome back, friend. And thanks again for that rescue.
Aelith told me you found the beholder in the cellars.
I did. I'm sure there are other things lying around down there. The Elfsongs sheltered many thieves and cutthroats over the years. That's probably why there's that gate to the sewers down there. There's bound to be plenty of bolt holes in the cellar and the sewers. I found the beholder in one of them in a secret door behind some barrels in the far corner of the cellar.
There you go. That's why you have to be looking out for secret rooms and stuff. I'll keep an eye out. Farewell, Ethan. We've got some new patrons here in the tavern as well, so we can chat to them in a moment.
Our shop carries the finest dwarven weapons, brought here all the way from the Sunset
Don't
Mountains.
need that, don't need that. So, Amulet of Dexterity increases my Dexterity +1, which, let me just double check that Dexterity is not... Oh, yeah, what's Sword and Fist? +1 to hit and +1 to damage for each rank attained. Improve critical death blow, so you crits deal more damage, and that just increases the likelihood that you get critical hits. Shield Expert, +1 armor bonus per rank as long as you have a shield equipped. Okay, yeah, so that means that you have just generally more armor by just holding a shield, even if you're not actually using it, which is handy. But if you actually hold it up, then you will block most attacks. So this costs 3, and I think I will save up for it, actually, this Bull Rush, because it will be handy for us. Intestinal Fortitude. Health regen. Okay, yeah, we'll leave that for now.
Swords, axes, bows.
So I did pick up a few more bits and bobs, didn't I? Right 3. Studded leather helmet. Padded helmet +1. Sell that. And another wooden shield. And then more arrows.
Something to split someone's skull,
don't need that.
or
Don't
a
need
helm
that.
to protect your own. You've
926
come to the
is
right
my
place.
short. Hang on. 180. How much is
If
some...
quality and price are your chief
armor?
concerns, then look no farther. You'll find my shop has excellent weapons at reasonable prices. Oh, friend, I think the smell of the sewers has taken a liking to you.
Well, I've barely used my new armor. I don't think I've actually been hit with it on at any point, but I'm going to buy myself a new leather armor body piece, which would be nice. So I'm now in a full set of leather.
What are you
Kinky.
looking for?
Oh, and I'm naked. There we go. I look great. So, let's just quickly speak to these people. Ipswich.
Well met, friend. It's good to see a new face in the elf song. Please, have a seat, share a drink.
Stinky
My
Pete.
name's Ipswich.
Yeah, that's me.
And what brings you to Baldur's Gate?
I thought to seek my fortune here, but what little fortune I had was taken from me when I entered the gate.
Ah, sad tale, friend. My heart goes out to you. It seems Baldur's Gate has not been treating its visitors well of late.
Yeah, Norfolk's
I, too, am a
finest,
stranger here.
Ipswich. Why did you come to Baldur's Gate?
Well, I came to pay my respects at the Shrine of Suffering, the
Oh.
local temple run by the priests of Ilmater.
Lovely. The Shrine of Suffering.
But I came to find the temple sealed, and no one answered my summons. I had a terrible feeling that something was wrong inside, but I did not know what.
Why did you wish to visit the shrine?
My brother's bones lie within the crypts beneath the shrine. I'd hoped to pay my respects at his grave and take back with me his medallion that had been buried with him. It was always his intention that it be passed on through our family, and now that I have a little one of my own, I wish my child to have the medallion. But now I do not know what to do, so I sit here, drink, and wait for the shrine to awake.
I often sit around drinking and waiting for a shrine to awake. If I can find a way into the shrine, I'll see if I can find your brother's tomb. Weird thing to say, really, but, you know, it's foreshadowing to the fact that we will eventually be hanging around in tombs. And this is Osala.
Please, leave me be. I want no trouble.
You alright?
I've been waiting for someone, but I fear I wait in vain.
Who?
My man, Kissin. He's
Kissin.
just gone on an expedition into
Kissin.
the north to a place called Battle of the Bones, where the dead still walk.
Oh, lovely.
He has a talent for the shadowy arts, and he had been asked to recover an item, an orb for someone, then bring it here to Baldur's Gate. The amount of money he was being offered was more than either of us had ever seen.
Yeah, maybe that was a clue that you shouldn't have,
When I spoke to him about the expedition, however, he was acting strangely, almost dazed, as if he'd been hypnotized or charmed. He was obsessed with finding this orb for his new employer. We had agreed to meet here in the Elf Song should anything happen. But it's been almost 3 nights now, and I have seen no sign of him. I fear for the worst. I fear that the orb he recovered may have done something horrible to him.
If I should see or hear of Kissin, I will let you know. There we go. So we have to head out this way to re-enter our sewer. Have a quick play in the fountain first. Excuse me, everybody. Back down the sewer. Place called Battle of the Bones. Lovely. Down to level 2. So, here we go. We're in. Staff. Some arrows. Oh, let's make this man explode. Oh god, that hurt me. Okay. Got him. I should probably do a little safety save. No reason not to. So, it may not surprise you, you may have worked it out, that her man, Kissen, the one who was sent to get a mysterious orb, was the one we actually saw in the cutscene who was carrying some sort of mysterious orb. The one who Econ has told us to go look for in the sewers. So, he's clearly been in some way charmed or hypnotized. Oh. Got a lot of bugbears now running around. And according to the cutscene, he's been told to place the orb in the Chamber of Ashes in the crypts. And as we know from our friend Ipswich as well, we've got some crypt-related missions going on as well. So we will, unsurprisingly, soon find ourselves in the crypts beneath the temple, where some dodgy stuff is going on. Uh-oh! A gelatinous cube has arrived. Oh god, when they throw the stuff at you, it's actually really bad. So the little blobs that they throw aren't so bad when they throw them from a distance, but it's a bit like a shotgun. If you stand real close, you get hit with a billion projectiles, all of which do an amount of damage. So these guys can really ruin your day if you're not careful. Whoops, just unnecessarily used a health potion, but that's fine. Yeah, the gelatinous cubes are not my best friends. Come on, boys. Oh, they don't want to come through this door. Every time I step away, they turn around. Oh, it's a bit busy in here. Flippin' heck. I almost streamed today Temtem Swarm, which we played on the joint stream last week for a hashtag ad. And as I said on the podcast, if you've listened to this weekend's podcast, although it was a sponsored stream, it was a hashtag ad, and we did that as part of a mutually beneficial campaign. I played it the night before we did the stream just to familiarize myself with the game. I had a really nice time, an addictive time, I would say. And I was tempted to just stream it today, just on my solo stream. I thought, maybe let's not complicate matters for people who didn't see the first one, and I didn't know whether to assume the knowledge that people knew about the game because they'd seen the joint stream, or they had no idea about the game, and I wasn't quite sure what angle to approach it from in terms of hosting the stream and talking about it. But yeah, man, that game, I've got I've kind of got the bug for it now. So I Might be giving it a go when it fully releases. Okay, Flubber has entered the chat now. Gelatinous blobs rather than cubes. These guys, I think, are weaker. You can kill them quicker, but they move faster, and there's normally a lot more of them in one go. So, and again, they can throw projectile blobs at you, which you don't want. You don't want that. Let me just check there was nothing in this corridor. No. And again, let me just quickly run around here, make sure there was nothing. I like to make sure all ways are explored. Okay, we're good. Such lovely water. Oh, look at, there you go. The Temtem command still works, apparently. So yeah, if any of you haven't had a look through our tracked link and you've got a moment to just click that link, maybe check out the game, and of course check out the VOD on the VODs channel if you want to see it and you don't know what we're talking about, then it does help us to click those links and at least have a quick look at what it is we're talking about. I'm not necessarily in favour of... Well, I won't say I'm not in favour of, but, I think it sometimes feels a little bit cheeky to say, just click on the link, it doesn't matter if you, just click it, that's all that matters. Feels slightly false or artificial. But, if you want to click it to actually just see the game, why not? So it does help us out when we click those track links, because the people that we're working with on the sponsorship see that, hey, if we work with TripleJump, people will at least, click through and have a look at our game. Give it a chance, give it a read. So if you can click through and have a look, that'd be great. If not, don't worry about it. Cool. So we've pulled one lever. I think there are a couple more to pull in order to open the door that we need to get through. Or in fact, no, that might have been the only one. I think that has opened the door ahead of me. Yeah, there's nothing. Is there a lever at the end of this corridor behind the slime? No. But yeah, that was all per ASA guidelines. It was all based on a hashtag ad. We were provided with a copy of the game, and we had a good time playing it. Okay, yeah, cool. Oh, so many dead kobolds. These kobolds clearly, these slimes are clearly not working with the Thieves Guild, because they've killed the foot soldiers. These guys just live in the sewers. I think in Dark Alliance 2, when the gelatinous cubes appear, which I think they do, you can actually see the stuff inside them. When they're typically depicted in sort of D&D artwork. Oh, I'm nearly dead. Oh, was that? Did I use my... Oh, I did. My precious giant health potion that the alcoholic gave me. It will automatically use the best sized potion for you when you hit the button. So it was like, oh, you need that big one. What that guy gave you. But yeah, I think the gelatinous cubes in Dark Alliance 2, as they're sliding around, you can see like bones and swords and stuff inside them that, from the things that they've gulped down. It's moments like this I do wish I had some kind of AoE attack. That would be nice. Dark Alliance 2 has... what does it have at the beginning? is it like 5 characters to pick from, I think. But both games have unlockable characters as well. So, Dritz Doerden, who's a character you may be familiar with if you're in the Forgotten Realms fandom. Dritz is unlockable in both games. And then, what's the other guy called who's unlockable in the sequel? I can't remember his name. They have their iconic weapons. You can't unequip their weapons and use stuff that you picked up because they prefer to fight with their own special, unique weapons, which is a nice touch. Those little yellow flashes, of course. Yellow damage numbers are critical hits. You can see that they're doing far more damage than the rest of my attacks, which is nice. Oh, this looks like a fun room. Oh my god. Robin Williams' Flubber. See, I'm using my shield, but they're hitting me from the back. I'm just mashing the health button. God. I don't have to stop and kill them all. I can just nip in here and pull the lever and get out if I want to. And you are constantly regenerating your health slowly, and you can invest points in it in the leveling up system skill tree. Well, it's not a tree, is it? But yeah, you can invest points and increase your base health regen rate. The little green bar in the top left is my experience. So when that fills up, I level up again. You, of course, get a little bit of experience every time you kill an enemy, which is why I am going out of my way to defeat all these monsters. I feel my heartbeat vibrating in the controller when my health gets low, actually. Just a little vibration cue to say, hey, you're nearly dead. So I think I've pulled all of the levers I need to now get through that area which I was in just before, where there were three doors in a row. Yeah, over here. I think I'll save because I could die at any moment with these slimes. Unforgabler's entered the chat now. Oh my, I haven't played this in donkeys. Good game, innit? Oh, we're going to get our first look at Lord Xantum, and you are not prepared. You are simply not prepared for what he looks like. In fact, maybe we don't see him in this cutscene. I think we do. Maybe not in this first one. It's just suggesting that there's something.
Have you done as I asked, Khan?
What a voice. My Lord Xantum. I sent one of my best men to the crypts in the temple, as you instructed.
The orb must be placed within the Chamber of Ashes within the crypts. If your man fails to do this, then both of you shall answer for it.
Yes, my lord. He knows your wishes, and he will not fail you.
Very well. Bring me the prisoner you found in the sewers. I will question him now.
My lord, I sent for the prisoner some time ago, but I have received no word from the bugbears in the sewers.
Send your men into the sewers. Find out what has happened to our soldiers and bring me the prisoner. Do not fail me in this, Khan.
Yes, my lord. Should I recall the man I sent to the temple?
No. If he places the orb as instructed, he will not be coming back. Tell your men to avoid the temple grounds. To enter it now is certain death.
And I think that's where I just entered. Yes, here we go. Oh, hello, boys. So you're in a bit of a pickle here, in that I think bladed weapons work better on zombles, the zombles of Zimbledon, whereas there are some skelly boys around who, you know, you'd rather whack those with a club. Or it might not be that blades work better on zombies. I think it's just that blades particularly are weak on skeletons, so it's probably better to have a club or something. So, now that we're here, I might do a quick recall. Sort myself out. It's Tony J is the voice actor for Xantum there. Some of you may know him as the
Our shop carries the finest dwarven weapons.
The voice actor for, will I remember to turn face cam off? Reboot, which is sort of in the dark there at the very back of the shelf, but Reboot was the that CG computer animated children's TV program in around this era, actually around the early noughties, I think.
If quality and price are your chief concerns, then look no farther.
The voice of Frollo, just forgotten media. I'm trying to remember who Frollo is. Who's Frollo? Is that?
Oh, friend. I think the smell of the sewers.
Oh yeah. Frollo from Hunchback of Notre Dame. Yeah. What else has Tony J done? It's a very iconic, recognizable voice. He's got that really deep. It looks like he may have played.
What are you looking for?
Shere Khan, or Shere Khan wearing a suit for some reason.
Our shop carries the finest dwarven weapons.
Yeah, he was in the Jungle Book 2, apparently. Maybe not in the first one. He was in Treasure Planet as well. That's an underrated thing. Yeah, Tony J's great. Oh yeah, and of course he was in Legacy of Kain. Soul Reaver, which is coming back very, very soon.
Swords, axes, bows. We have everything you need right here.
Cool. A distinctive, raspy baritone voice.
Then look no farther.
Yeah, Megabyte in Reboot. Shere Khan in the Jungle Book 2.
Reasonable prices.
Cool. Yeah, he's been in all sorts.
Oh, friend. I think the smell of the sewers has taken a liking to you.
Worn padded armor is weaker than my. I'm just checking that. Okay, we've got a glowy shield now, so I'll sell that.
We have many fine deals.
Okay, cool.
What are you looking for?
Although that's 3 armor. What is an iron shield? 4. Okay. And then what have we got? Staff.
Our shop carries the finest dwarven weapons, brought here all the way from the Sunset Mountains.
Dagger 328.
Swords, axes, bows. We have everything you need right here. If quality and price are your chief concerns, then look no farther. You'll find my shop has excellent
I might keep that just because I really like the scimitars in this game. I just like the way they look. And although it doesn't have quite as high a range of damage, it's got a higher
smell of the sewers
base damage. So, you know what? Just because I like the look of it, I'm going to keep it. And I'm also going to buy myself the most expensive heavy or blunt weapon, which I guess would be this mace.
Brought here all the way from the Sunset Mountains.
So I'll grab that and I'll probably use that for the time being. I want to. Maybe I'll get a nice iron shield, but it randomly selects which one appears in the list because they actually look different. And I don't know if just speaking to him again and again changes which one appears, or if you have to actually leave the area, and that's what changes it. Oh yeah, see, it's changing. I want one of the really nice white ones. That one. That's the one I want. I'm having that. Because it does affect how it looks on your arm. There you go. See? Whereas if I'd bought a different one, which is exactly the same object in terms of its stats, then you know it has a different look to it, which is interesting. Right, I'll sell that because I don't need it now. And actually, I've got $2,500 now, so I can probably buy some more armor even. Yeah, I can. Oh, scale mail, very nice. Can't afford that just yet, but I'll buy the studded leather armor, which means I can now sell the armor I'm wearing.
Then look no farther.
I've got 887. Can I buy any more studded stuff? I can. Let's get the... I don't know, the helmet. If I sell...
I think the smell
I actually had a studded... Oh, what a waste of money. Flip. Oh, man.
We have many fine deals.
Because then you get...
What are you looking
he doesn't buy it back for the same amount. So the gloves and boots I needed to replace, but not the helmet, and I bought one unnecessarily. Anyway, can I still afford... Oh, now I can't afford the gloves
all the way from the Sunset Mountains.
God damn it! Never mind, it's fine. Right, I'm standing here naked. So let's put that on. Oh yeah, look at the studs. Very nice. And then we'll pop that on, which hopefully should work reasonably well against Skelly boys and Bony boys. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's actually working better. It's definitely working better against the skeletons compared to the first one I fought. Oh yeah, if zombies die lying on their front, there's a chance that they'll just ditch their legs like a flipping gecko and crawl after you. I'm aware that geckos don't ditch their legs. But they can grow them back, can't they? Or newts can.
What are you doing here?
Ditch their tails,
Run
can't
now,
they?
before he changes you.
Look, slow down. Who are you? What happened here?
I am Fayed, a priest of Ilmater. I tend the crypts and perform burial rites here at the Shrine of Suffering. Now I fear that I shall be the next one to be changed.
The Shrine of Suffering. Why would you call it that and then expect people to have the remains of their loved ones placed in it? Changed?
Into the Walking Dead. Haven't you seen them? They're everywhere. My fellow brothers and sisters of the temple, all dead. I was taking an urn of ashes to one of the crypts when I discovered a strange set of tracks leading downwards. When I followed them, I found that thing, that foul orb, and the dead arose around me. Vile skeletons, zombies, unholy ground. I acted quickly, sealing this level off from the level below, then barricaded myself in this room. I had hoped sealing off this level would prevent the dead from reaching here. I was wrong.
How did you seal off this level?
We priests of Ilmater set up some non-lethal traps here in the crypts to capture grave robbers. The trap that sealed off the exits is triggered by 3 urns on this level. When these urns are taken from their pedestals, stone blocks seal off all the exits from this level. I knocked all the urns from their pedestals and then barricaded myself in here. But I was not fast enough. Some of the dead had already entered this level, and the power of that thing below seems to be able to reach even here. Fortunately, I am able to hide myself from the eyes of these undead creatures, for the time being. I can only hope that the gates and wards will prevent the dead from reaching the level above.
The Shrine of Where Nothing Bad Happens is a way better name. Yeah, it is. I'd prefer to be buried there. Where are all these undead coming from?
They're coming from below.
Yeah, okay. The orb
thing in the chamber of ashes
makes bodies come back to life. I can hear it calling us priests. It hates us, trying to draw me so it can kill me, then raise me from the dead.
The orb calls to their spirits.
Where did it come from? I don't know.
I don't know.
It was just there. There were some tracks.
An urn to the lower crypt
must be the thief I've been tracking. Where did the tracks lead?
They lead to the level below. That was when I noticed a foul-smelling mist emanating from the chamber of ashes.
How can I reach the orb?
To reach the level below,
the things back on the pedestals. Okay.
Urns on this level and place them back on the proper
I'll take care of the orb, Fayed. Take the secret door to the sewers and get back to the streets. I'll tell the guards and priests what's happened.
No, my place is here. I should help you, not run from this. If I can help you, I will.
Okay. How many undead?
I fear a great many.
A great many.
Many Ilmatari from across the Sword Coast were at the shrine to pay respects to the sacrifice of Saint Solars, the twice martyred, when this evil struck.
Twice martyred?
This evil has devoured almost all the brothers and sisters of Ilmater gathered for the ceremony. Well over 200 men and women. Now zombies, animated by that foul orb. The skeletons, however, seem to have been raised from the dead that lay within the crypts already. Nearly a century of dead, their bones given life once again.
I could use some healing, Fayed.
Of course.
So you can come to him at any point and he'll give you a free heal, but, you know, it's a bit of a... You're not really going to be bumping into him again, but... anything else?
You've returned. Have you destroyed the orb?
Some healing. Still trying to make my way down. I'll return when I found it and destroyed it. Cool. So these are the tracks on the floor here that you can follow. But yeah, all we have to do... Oh yeah, there's little ghosts wandering around down here as well. I think just in a... That's just normal, because we're in a fantasy world. I think there are always just ghosts down here. Fayed's not worried about that. So... In the best thing, the biggest upgrade in Dark Alliance 2 is that you can enchant your weapons by collecting different gemstones. You know, like I've been picking up the rubies and stuff so far. In this game, the rubies are just to sell, to make some money. But in... Oh my god, they use bows now? They use bows now. You can get like moonstones and jets and amethysts and emeralds and all sorts of things, and each type of gemstone has a different elemental power associated with it. So if you then attach that to your sword by heading to Bartley's shop and using his workshop, you can gain certain elemental strengths on your weapons. So if I had whatever it is, a moonstone or a pearl or something or other, I would be able to attach it to the weapon I've got right now and add disruption. Remember I had that club earlier? There was a club of disruption. So that if I was getting a critical hit on any of these enemies, it would be disintegrating them. Because, you know, at the moment, or in this game, full stop, it's purely pot luck what you end up with in terms of elemental power. I think the shop possibly does upgrade its stock a little bit as the act moves along. So there's a chance that that Bartley, now that I'm down here, has possibly added some kind of disruption weapon to his arsenal, but I don't think individual shopkeepers upgrade their stuff. I think it's only when you move to the next act entirely and unlock the shopkeeper. So I'm gonna head in here. This is not my favourite part of the game. Act 1 as a whole is easily my favourite of the 3/3 of the game. Act 2 is set on the Sunset Mountains, and you are mostly climbing up cliff sides, fighting gnolls, which are like dogmen in Dungeons and Dragons, and then going into caves and fighting with yetis. And the boss is a dragon, an ice dragon, which again is in a cave. So overall, that's not super exciting. And then the third act is the Marsh of Chalimba, which I've never really liked swamps and marshes in video games. You know, I think they're just inherently stinky places to be. Beast Makers was always my least favourite homeworld in Spyro 1, for example. I mean, this is all relative. When I say I don't like Act 2 and 3, you know, it's only because I really like Act 1. So once we've got this mission out of the way and we've done we've cleared out the crypt, we've dealt with the, oh, okay. Oh yeah, I don't think I've equipped my dexterity, flipping amulet, have I? Anyway, strength ups our damage. Intelligence we don't need because that's for magic. Wisdom is more experience per victory, so we'll level up quicker over time. Constitution is health regen, and that affects the store. So I probably want either charisma or wisdom, I think. Maybe we'll invest in wisdom early. Oh, now we can get Bull Rush though, so that's good. So we've bought Bull Rush. Oh, and every time you level up, you gain. So when I leveled up to level 1, I got 1 experience point. When I leveled up again, I had 2. Now I've got 5. So yeah, it's good. Now I can do my combat reflexes and increases your attack rate slightly. So that means you swing your weapon faster, which is, it's kind of handy to have. We've got improved critical. Chances of scoring a crit is higher, and then that is the actual damage that the crit does. Maybe I'll put the combat reflexes up for now. It's all about investing in the future, isn't it? You gotta plan for the future. But yeah, apart from this little diversion where we're down in the crypts trying to destroy an orb, which is actually a boss fight in itself, I seem to remember. You just fight an orb eventually. It's actually a really nice Act 1. So you do all the stuff in the sewers and the cellars at the beginning, which we've done, which I've always liked. I think it's just really nice art direction and some fun enemies and stuff. And then once we've dealt with the crypts, we properly end up pursuing the Thieves Guild. We head to their hideout, and there's all sorts of traps and kind of weird puzzles and things, and attack dogs. Fight with the actual thieves themselves, and then of course eventually we get to fight Khan, the guy who we've been seeing in the cutscenes so far, sort of henchman kind of guy, and Lord Xantum himself, who was behind the camera in that previous cutscene with the lovely bassy voice. Fighting him eventually. Jeez, I'm going to clear out this room, and then I'm going to recall, just double check. This is the urn, by the way, that we need to push onto the pedestal. So we have to find 2 more rooms with urns. Oh no, they're all in here actually. I thought it was in one in each room. There's a gold one there. Yeah, I'm going to head back to the shop and just double check that Bartley hasn't suddenly got a nice sort of mace of disruption or something that would be very handy against some of these boys. There we go. There's an exit. Ooh. A club of disruption. Already. Hang on. Let me see, just so I know what I'm dealing with when I go to the store. 2 to 3. Probably not worth it on balance because this is doing 2 to 9. But then occasionally it will just make enemies vanish. I'll use it for the time being until we at least get to see the effect. Just show that to you that it does it. But yeah. Do you think we'll see Lord Xanthagum? Not today, we won't, because it's now 7:05. I'll keep streaming for another few minutes, but we won't see him today. No.
Chief concerns, then look no farther. You'll find my
300 arrows. Why are you giving me so many arrows, game? Padded armor.
Oh, friend. I think the smell of
Need
the
to equip
sewers
that.
has taken a liking to you.
I've not been in the sewers for ages, Bartley.
Fine deals.
Right, sell the ring.
What are you looking for?
Have your weapons increased? No, they're just the same. Flaming longsword would probably be quite good against zombies, though. But unfortunately, I'm quite a ways away from being able to afford that. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, I think fire probably works quite well against
axes, bows.
monsters.
We have everything you need right here.
Yeah, I'll keep all of that for now. Right, let's head back. I went to school with an orb. Lovely. So, I've ended up in true accidental adventure navigation style. I've ended up in the one place I need to be, and I've somehow dodged all the rooms that... Okay, so I've been in there, but, you know, I was sort of trying to go in the rooms that don't have the stuff, you know? I want to go off the beaten path, and, right, let's see if I can... If I get a critical hit on any of these guys, they should. There you go, nice! Is it worth it? Am I getting enough... Am I getting critical hits regularly enough? Probably not. I don't know, it's still probably only taking like 3 swings to defeat an enemy though, which it was maybe 4 on occasion. I think before it was taking consistently 3 swings to do it. Oh, zombies. Zombies can take a lot more. Oh, it's got to be worth it though for just occasionally being able to make an enemy disappear in light like that, right? Is it worth it? It is taking me longer to defeat every single enemy because this is a much weaker weapon. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's 1, 2, 3, dead. Ah, a strange medallion. That is the... oh, there's a bomb in there. Yeah, you don't get mimics in this game, or if you do, you get them later on. But at the moment, or, you know, pretty much... I think as early as the sewers, you can end up with... oh, you can end up with explosives in the treasure chests. Spot them and get the flip out of there as soon as you see them. I'm going to keep using this for the time being because it is satisfying to have that disruption ability on it. Okay, oh, he's still alive. Oh, he had that spear on him somehow. Carrying a massive spear. Okay, let me quickly run down here. Oh, I've got Bull Rush now as well. So Bull Rush just does that. Which, it's mostly designed for running into your enemies. It does a little bit of damage, but let me see how much damage it does. 1. Obviously you can upgrade it, and it does more and more damage, but yeah, because it's level 1. I think also actually the more you upgrade it, the faster you run, and the longer distance it lasts for. But yeah, for now, just do a bit of a run, but I've used up all my mana now. Okay, so by the looks of it, I have now cleared out all of that. Just is a big loop that goes around. But I think I've cleared all these rooms out, so that's good. I could recall and hand in that amulet, but in fact what I'll do is, I'll do this puzzle first. Well, it's not even a puzzle. It doesn't matter which... Oh, where was that? Yeah. It doesn't matter which one of these you push these onto. You just push one on each thing. Clonk. Oh, maybe it does matter. It didn't clonk that time. We'll see. Oh, it does. Okay. Didn't know that. Cool. There we go. Let's head down. Robo Arcadia 76 subscribed for 2 months. Thank you very much indeed. Oh, it's dark down here now. I've got a little torchlight on. It's getting spooky. We'll stream for another few minutes. See how far we get. Oh, these guys are getting tough now. I might have to get my superior weapon out. Just hope that the game gives me a good weapon of disruption. They're also rising out of the ground now because we've gone to the lower levels. Oh, it's so satisfying though when they vanish like that. Just some enemies. It's alright, we want the experience points, it's all worth it. Okay. Honestly, is it better? Is it making any difference? It's just got zero chance of making people vanish. That's actually doesn't feel any better. The stats say that it is, but oh, yeah, I think it is actually. They're just stronger zombies now. 24-hour stream, here we go. They're coming out of the walls. They're coming out of goddamn walls, yeah. Every time that happens, I'm like, no, it's worth it. It's worth using this. And I'm like, no, it's not. When I'm wailing on them and it's taking flipping ages, I'm like, nah. There's a really long death animation that some of the zombies have. That's a real short one, that one. But where they lie on the ground and they just sort of grumble for a little bit. They try and come after you. See if you can get it to happen. Is this it? No. Oh, it's so horrid when they detach like that. Come after you. His head's come off. There's nothing left. Can he even hurt me? No, he's running away. He can't bite. He can't punch. Oh no. That happens in Halo, doesn't it? I think with certain flood enemies, you can completely dismember them, and then they just sort of walk up to you and don't do anything. Right, let's do these side rooms first, I guess. I do think this is where the ghost. It's chapters like this where I think this is why I've not streamed the game in the past, where I've thought, you know, this bit was not designed to be watched by an audience, arguably. But you know, once you get past it, there's actually some really fun, interesting, weird bits in the Thieves Guild coming up. You know, I think what I might do, potentially in terms, because I know I've started games recently. There's been a few games I've done an episode of on stream, and then I've not gone on to play any more. You know, I've not finished them. That's happened a couple of times recently, I think. Like we played Clone Wars last time, didn't we? And I'm trying to think what else. I'm sure I think the past couple of games I've played, I've like done an episode or two, and then said, right, that's probably enough for now. Like Tome Beat played recently as well. However, rather than just doing a one and done with Dark Alliance, I think next week I'll probably pick this up again, because we will have pretty much finished the crypts, thank goodness, at that point, and we'll be into the Thieves Guild. And actually, sort of the end of Act 1 might just be a good stopping point, because you kind of deal with all of the trouble that's plaguing Baldur's Gate itself, and then it turns out that there's a much larger conspiracy at hand, and you get sent off to different parts of the Forgotten Realms to deal with a much greater threat. But it might just be we can do Act 1 of Dark Alliance 1, because I think once we get to the Sunset Mountains in Act 2, and I'm pretty much just climbing a mountain and killing wave after wave of gnolls. Noel Edmonds, Noel Coward, Noel Gallagher, they're all there. That's not it. It's not a streamy bit of the game. But I do think it would be nice actually to hang on, let's put this flipping amulet on, which I forgot about. It's not really doing much for me, but so Thieves Guild. We'll make our way to the Thieves Guild. We'll clear it out. Oh my god, baby, the double. Okay, I'm gonna clear this room out. Well, basically I'm gonna find the next save point, wherever that is. It may be in this room, it may be a bit further along, but you do at some point in this game talk to a ghost. Oh yeah, there is a save point. Oh, what was that? That was glowy. It's Disruption, and it's Morningstar, which means it's a club, and it's 19-3. This is great. It's doing more base damage. It's blunt, so it's good on the skellies, I think. I don't know if that affects things at all. I think it does. And it also can make them vanish. That is excellent news. So let's just deal with these little side areas. Yeah, the first Noel. Noel Fielding. Pear Noel. Lots of good Noels. Speaking of the first Noel, it being theme tune to Peter's favourite Christmas television programme, The Box of Delights. If you don't follow me on social media, or the algorithm just doesn't show you my stuff anymore, good tidings of great joy for fans of The Box of Delights or similar. It's coming out on Blu-ray in November for its 40th anniversary. It came out in 1984, I believe. There's a Blu-ray version coming with a bunch of special features. I don't expect it's going to be particularly nicely remastered or anything, because it was recorded on tape in the 80s, and tape, I don't think, can be particularly well up. I mean, you can artificially upscale it, with AI or whatever, but it can't just be. It's not like taking an original reel of film, which the actual grain allows you to get 4K footage out of it because of the way film works. But as well as the fact that it'll be available on Blu-ray, which is great news. There's going to be a feature-length making of in the extras, as well as like something else as well, which is also going to be in the extras. So I'm really looking forward to it. Probably not going to be able to stream it. Well, not probably, definitely not going to be able to stream it, sadly, for those thinking, oh, maybe that's what we could watch this Christmas, because we will be doing a Christmas stream this year, where I'll watch some kind of silly thing, and I'll probably also do the final version of my Spyro Flameless run, now that I have pretty consistently got kind of worked out how to do one of the final tricks that was holding me back from doing the proper Flameless run. So, there's a menu of delights available for my, amongst my Christmas streams, but amongst that will not be the Box of Delights, sadly. Partly because they have actually just done this re-release, which means clearly the BBC actually cares about that property that they own, and they won't be doing anything more with it, I don't think. But I would be in big trouble if I streamed all 6 episodes of the Box of Delights, which I have done in the past, but not available for watching elsewhere. I think we took the VODs down, so we're sort of covered there potentially. But yeah, won't be streaming that, but we'll stream some other stuff, and we'll do a Spyro challenge and so on. So yes, should be good. He's going to show off his skills. So that's part 1 of Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 1, and potentially next week we will play some more and finish Act 1, which gives us, a nice little wrapped up conclusion for the events that are taking place in the city of Baldur's Gate. And hey, if people elsewhere in the Forgotten Realms are having issues that they want some big superhero to go and deal with, they can they can do one. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not interested. I can at least, I've got a save file on here where I could just load up the final boss fight, and you can see my OP as heck character in his full plate mail with the super sword. When you get the Onyx sword in this game, actually, and you've invested a lot of points in your character and leveled up your damage output, the final boss is an absolute doddle. It takes about 8 hits with your sword. But hey, whatever. So maybe I could show you the final boss when we get to the point at which we're good to kind of wrap up. But yeah, maybe we'll finish Act 1 next week and see whether that's a good ending point. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed it, especially those of you who used to play this game back in the day. Nice little trip down memory lane for you. And hey, it could have been Stuntman Ignition if it had worked on the emulator, which it didn't. So video game preservation, guys, it needs to happen. But right now it's not happening as it should. But never mind, we'll have to see whether we can play that game at some point in the future with, I don't know, a better emulator, or I don't know. I'm not sure how the best way to do that is, but we'll look into it. Anyway, that's it. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Mondays, and I will see you next time. Bye.